Hello friends, I am Shravana and welcome back to my channel Sparkling Future. Today we will discuss about these two topics. Before starting with today's topic, I request all of you to subscribe to my channel and also please like, share, comment and hit the bell icon for the latest video notifications. So one of our friends asked these two questions in ZitHub and let's see how to solve these today. So the first question is, let's say there is an array like this 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 1 7 and the sum value is 7. Then the output should be like it should like pair the elements like this, where the sum of those two elements will be equal to the sum of the value that we are giving. Okay, so this is the first question. So if this is the array and we have to pair where the sum of the paired elements should be equal to the sum. Okay, so now let's see how to solve that. So friends, have created a Scala object, defined the main method, created the Spark session. So actually this is not required, this is required for the second question, that's why I just left it. I am creating a list out of, this is the array that was given in the question, and I am giving sum as 7. Okay, so now we have to have two loops. One is having the first value, second one is which is having the current value and the previous value, So for that I am taking two for loops for I and j. So for 0 to this list A dot length, I'll see. Okay, yeah, length. Okay, and we need -1 because we are taking it from 0, right? So -1. And then we need the second for loop for the next element. So I am saying that I plus 1. This is the first one and we are comparing with the next one. So I plus 1 to again this list A dot length -1. So here we need to check whether that sum is same or not. In the sense it's matching with this sum or not. Plus j, list A of I plus list A of j equal to sum. If in that case, we'll print the paired element. Okay, so for that, plus list A of I plus comma plus of j plus close brace. Got it, right? So here actually we can improvise saying that to take a instead of list, take a set, so that duplicates will not be there, and also we can write else clause and all that. So I will leave that to you. Maybe you can take it as an assignment for improving the code. Let's see what is the output of that. So if you see here, it has given the output as 1 6, whereas 1 plus 6 equal to 7, 2 plus 5 equal to 7, 3 plus 4 equal to 7 and 6 plus 1 equal to 7. So we have got all the list of elements, paired elements, for which when you sum it up, each pair will be equal to this sum value. So this solves the first question. Now let's go to the second one. Second one, he said that this is the output, in the this is the data 42, I mean first row is having 3 columns, second row is having 3 columns, and the third row is having 4 columns, and the fourth row is having only 3 columns. So now like this, I mean now if you see, the column numbers are different for each row. So how to process that? So for this, okay, I'll just comment it. Okay, so now I have created, okay, I've created a file out of it. So first let's create my schema, because when you have such kind of like a number of columns, different number of columns for each row, we need to tell to the Spark, we need to tell Spark that this is what schema we are looking for, so that it will apply null to the missing elements. So that's why we have to create a schema for such kind of requirements. So struct type, so we have to import types. These types will have struct type, integer type, string type, and long type, everything. So that's why I'm just giving the placeholder. Dot add of, I'll say call1, okay, because just for example we have all integers there, so I'm taking integer type and nullable equal to true, and we have 4 columns, right, because in the third one we have one extra column in the third row. Okay, so 2, 3 and 4. If you see here, column 1, column 2, column 1, column 2, column 3, and only in the row third we have the column 4. So for that reason I have taken column 4. So now let's create a data frame. Val df equal to spark dot schema. Here we will pass the schema that we created, and then CSV. I have copied the same content in somewhere. Hope this is the file. Let's test that. Okay, file not found exception. I think some problem with the file name. So if you see here, column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, and only for the third row we have the value, and for the remaining it has filled the null value. So this is what happened. And let's say you are not passing the schema, you are just reading as is, it will read only the 3 columns, because the first in the first line how many columns are there, it automatically will consider that one. So we will see that as well. I mean, why we need to create the schema, you might have got some question, right? So if you see here, it has taken only the 3 columns, fourth one it has omitted, even in the third row it has considered only the 3 columns. So this is like a chance of data loss, right? So it's always better to have this schema here, so that we get all 4 columns covered as per the input details. Okay, hope this is clear to you, friends. And whenever you have any kind of such requirements, please let me know. Let's work it out, and let's close all the issues. Okay, thank you very much for watching the video, friends. Please subscribe to my